Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. At 89, Dame Judi Dench finally speaks up about Maggie Smith in the glittering world of British cinema. Few names command as much respect, admiration, and pure affection as Dame Judi Dench and Dame Maggie Smith. Both women have carved out legendary careers spanning more than 6 decades, dominating stage, film, and television with their immense talent, razor-sharp wit, and unmatched emotional depth. Yet, despite their shared legacy, rumors and whispers about a long-standing rivalry between the two have followed them for years. Now, at 89, Dame Judi Dench has finally decided to set the record straight about her relationship with Maggie Smith, and what she reveals has left fans stunned, touched, and even teary-eyed. For decades, audiences have seen them as the two great pillars of British acting, a pair of formidable women who could silence an entire theatre with a single look. They've shared screens and stages, from A Room with a View to Tea with the Dames, yet the world has often pitted them against one another. The tabloids painted a picture of icy professionalism, subtle competition, and even tension behind the scenes. But as Dench recently revealed in an emotional interview, the truth is far more beautiful, and heartbreaking, than anyone ever imagined. "People love to think we're rivals," Judi began, her voice soft yet steady. "But Maggie and I have never been enemies. Never. If anything, we've spent our lives quietly cheering each other on. The world loves a catfight, but all we've ever had is mutual admiration and a healthy dose of laughter." It was a statement that immediately broke the internet, as fans flooded social media with messages of love and nostalgia. To understand the power of that moment, one must look back at how their journeys intertwined, and how two of the greatest actresses in history came to define each other's legacies in ways few could understand. Both women were born into a Britain still recovering from war, and both discovered the stage as a kind of salvation. Dench, raised in York, found her way to acting through the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama, where her natural intensity and emotional truth set her apart. Smith, hailing from Essex, trained at the Oxford Playhouse, where her biting wit and masterful comedic timing earned her early acclaim. By the 1960s, both were dominating the British theatre scene, often performing for the Royal Shakespeare Company. They didn't start as friends, but as respected equals. Each knew the other's name long before they met. "I used to sit in the audience and think, oh God, she's marvelous," Dench once confessed about Smith. "Then I'd go home and wonder if I'd ever be as good." That humility, and that admiration, never faded, even as the two women became international icons. When Dench won her first Oscar for her brief but unforgettable role as Queen Elizabeth I in Shakespeare in Love, Smith was one of the first to call her. "She left the most ridiculous message," Judi laughed. "It was just her cackling and saying, 'Took you long enough, darling.' It was a glimpse into a friendship that was never about competition, but about deep, abiding respect." Yet, fame has a way of twisting even the purest connections. When Maggie Smith took on the role of the sharp-tongued Dowager Countess in Downton Abbey, and Judi Dench ruled the screen as M in the James Bond franchise, the comparisons grew fierce once again. Awards, reviews, and headlines seemed determined to pit the two dames against each other. The media thrived on the notion of a battle of the grande dames, but both women found the idea absurd. "I think people have this idea that there can only be one old British woman working at a time," Dench joked in a recent interview. "It's nonsense. Maggie's brilliant, and I adore her." Despite her humor, Dench's tone turned serious when she recalled the toll. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Fame, and time, had taken on both of them. "We've been through it all," she said. "The stage, the screen, the critics, the awards, and now, we're going through age together. We talk about it, we laugh about it, and sometimes we cry about it. It's not easy, watching the people you've shared your life with grow frail. But there's beauty in it too." Indeed, both women have battled health challenges in recent years. Dench has openly discussed her struggle with macular degeneration, which has left her unable to read scripts. Smith has faced serious illness as well, including a battle with cancer in the early 2000s. Yet both refuse to let their conditions define them. "She's tougher than anyone gives her credit for," Dench said of Smith. "When she was ill, she never wanted pity. She kept working, kept laughing. I remember visiting her and she said, 'If I'm going to go, I'll go in full makeup.' That's Maggie, always with a twinkle in her eye." Their bond deepened over shared experiences on and off screen. When the two filmed Tea with the Dames in 2018 alongside Eileen Atkins and Joan Plowright, audiences were treated to an intimate glimpse of their friendship. The film, a candid conversation between the four legendary actresses, showcased the teasing, the affection, and the lifelong respect that defined their connection. But according to Judi, the most meaningful conversations happened when the cameras weren't rolling. "After filming, Maggie and I sat in the garden," she recalled softly. "We didn't say much, just sipped tea and watched the light fade. There was a kind of peace between us, as if we both knew we'd lived extraordinary lives. And that no rivalry, real or imagined, could ever touch what we'd shared." Dench's reflection took on a more emotional tone as she admitted something few had ever heard before. "I worry about her," she said. "We're both getting on, and we've seen so many of our friends go. Maggie's a survivor, but I know the years are catching up with us. I tell her I love her, even if it embarrasses her. I don't want there to be things left unsaid." Those words struck a chord around the world. It wasn't just about two actresses, it was about friendship, legacy, and the passage of time. For many, Dench and Smith represent something eternal, the enduring power of artistry, grace, and resilience in an industry obsessed with youth and reinvention. Even their occasional spats, often playful and rooted in humor, have become part of their charm. "She drives me mad sometimes," Dench admitted with a laugh. "She'll say something perfectly cutting, and I'll try to one-up her, but she always wins. Always. I can't think of anyone I'd rather lose to." Theirs is a love story of a different kind, not romantic, but profound. A testament to sisterhood, artistry, and the bonds forged in shared struggle. Both women have spoken about the loneliness that comes with fame and aging, but in each other, they've found an anchor. "She makes me feel less afraid," Dench said quietly. "When I look at Maggie, I see someone who's faced everything with wit and courage. And I think, if she can do it, so can I." Fans have often dreamed of seeing the two dames in one last film together, a story that would capture their friendship in all its humor and poignancy. Dench admitted it's something they've discussed. "We've talked about it," she said. "We joked it should be called The Two Grumpy Old Dames. But the truth is, we'd love to. If the right script came along, something honest and funny about growing old, we'd jump at it." Whether or not that project ever materializes, their shared legacy is already cemented in history. Masterclass in depth, range, and humanity. As Judi reflected on the years gone by, she offered one final thought that captured the essence of her relationship with Maggie Smith. "People ask me what success means. It's not awards or money, it's having people like Maggie in your life. Someone who challenges you, who makes you laugh, who reminds you who you are. She's family to me, and I don't care what anyone says, we'll always have each other." Those words, raw, heartfelt, and deeply human, remind us that behind every legend is a person. Behind every story of rivalry lies one of love. And behind every icon like Judi Dench and Maggie Smith is the quiet truth that friendship, at its best, is eternal. As Dame Judi Dench approaches her 90th year, her reflections serve as both a tribute and a gentle farewell to a golden era of British cinema. Two dames, two hearts, one extraordinary friendship, and a legacy that will live on forever. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing.